indeed. So we just noticed that the Rawene slip remediation is not going to proceed from this meeting, so in this meeting. So in effect it's the carried back, and so we'll ask to come forward, whoever is coming forward. Is Rachel here and Phil? I didn't see who's here.
Phil Brown was here.
Oh, it's Phil, isn't it? Yep.
Why is the Rawene slip?
And I have a mover and a seconder for this, which is Councillor Holst moving and Councillor Cashmore seconding, representing the Rangers and Anua.
Kia ora koutou. Of course, we presented to the Environment and Community Committee a week or so ago about this, and so have substantially covered it off there. The Environment Committee decided or approved the closure of the Waitakere, or the forested areas of the Waitakere Ranges Regional Park and a number of tracks in the Hunua Ranges Regional Park, and agreed that there was a need to fast track a work program to achieve that, those closures, using unbudgeted funds from this financial year. And so the paper lays out that we're asking for approval to spend $655,000 of operating money that is unbudgeted in this financial year, and a further $85,000 of CapEx for the purposes of closing those tracks and the park. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, so in effect you're saying we're basically just advancing this money, and if we do either of the options it will be coming from that levy going forward. Yep.
That's right. Because the closures were due to take effect from May the 1st, there was a work program that needed to be moved forward in this financial year prior to the decisions on the long-term plan and the resourcing that we'll get through that.
Okay. Councillor Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Look, forgive me, I don't want to double back on stuff that we've already done, but there was some talk that we would be walking some of the tracks to Takarau-Maki, and that potentially there would be some tracks opened as a result of that discussion. Would that cut back the amount of money, or is this amount of money going to be regardless of some of the tracks opening?
So this
should it be? Sorry, before you answer. So therefore, what I'm actually asking. It does say up to. Is that the clarification for up to? It could be less.
It could be less. The less is most likely to be contingent, though, on things like weather interrupting contractors' ability to deliver the work in the rather narrow time frame that we have, or suppliers being unable to supply everything that we have asked for them in the relatively narrow window we have to the end of the financial year. The number of tracks that remain, or that end up closing on May the 1st, beyond the, so I'll start that somewhere else. We had proposed there'd be 44 tracks remain open from May the 1st, but a whole lot of those were provisional on some spending from this money for ensuring that the surfaces were, up to spec and all that sort of thing. And so if there is some decided that we can't achieve that standard, then the cost may come back slightly, but it won't be a major driver of.
So of the 44 tracks that would open potentially, that's over and above that's within the forest area, or is that just the ones around the beach and the external area?
A large number of them, a proportion of them are outside the forested area. So, but there is about, from memory, 22 or something like that that are in the forested area.
Thank you.
Right, well we have no further questions, it seems all okay. Councillor Lee.
What's the 85,000 in capital for?
Stations.
That's for hygiene stations, so they're actually, substantial items that can be, that they'll have a life of over a year, so they can be capitalised.
Cleaning stations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, one more. Remember that guy that came along for the $2,000 cleaning station? Did we talk to him?
Warkworth. Guy from Warkworth.
Yeah.
Oh, the Perry Curry, yeah. So because we supplied them the materials for that, and so we've been in a conversation with those guys for a while. So absolutely, yeah. And in the future, there will be an opportunity to work with more volunteer groups like the Perry Curry group. Of course, the challenge is if we have 300 stations to upgrade, we won't be expecting volunteers to upgrade them all. Yeah. But there may be some that we do work with volunteers on.
Okay, right. Well, I'm going to put the resolution, A, B and C, moved and seconded. All those in favour?
Aye.
Against? Right. Right, item 17, which
Much.
is...
Thank you.
Thank you, team. Thank you, Bill. Hmm? Yep.
I'll
And we have
move.
no one
Also
there,
move.
so it's recommendations for program. Received the
move.
information report, moved by councillor Simpson, seconded by myself. There is no one
All on track.
asking a question except councillor Simpson is still there, I notice on the board. We'll remove you, all those, we'll put that resolution, all those in favour? Okay, and there is no extraordinary items, and lunch has been had. Thank you very much, folks.